Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading.com's Futures, Markets, Education, and Training broadcast. We provide this as a free service to all of you out there in the social medias, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, you name it. If it's there, we're on it. We're glad you could join us again today as we discuss futures and futures education and training. Um, my name is, if you haven't been here before, my name is Mark McSee. I am a moderator with American Dream Trading, and American Dream Trading was formed by Chad Christian. We call him Coach. He's the founder and owner of American Dream Trading. Been around for 4 years, been going live for pushing 2.5 years. And he's entrusted us to bring this program to you every day, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. We are on a shortened holiday schedule this week, so tomorrow and Wednesday we will not have a live due to New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. However, our paid members start training and trading at noon, and we will have training tomorrow for them from noon to 2. So shortened day, but because they are paid members, they will have that. So we're thankful that you could be here today. Hopefully you'll learn something. If you have a question, you can use any one of your social medias to type your question into the chat box, and we will do our best to answer it in the time allowed. We will answer questions, maybe do some live trading. What you see in front of you is my paper trading account. Okay, I won't use my real account to trade, even though I have all day today. But while I'm training and showing you things on my screen, I'm not going to risk my real live account because I'm looking at multiple screens. I'm reading your questions. I'm listening. Very easy to get distracted. If you was here the other day, you saw that very thing happen. I was looking at one futures, and then I did a trade on it, and I didn't close it out, and somebody asked a question, and I switched screens, and it was like a half an hour probably before I came back to that other one, and there was, lo and behold, there was an open trade going on. Now, it was fake money, right? It was a simulated trade, but had that been real money, it could have been disastrous. Now, in that case, actually, it shot way up. So if it had been real money, I'd have made a lot of money, but that's why I don't do that. Also, all new traders, while you're training, you need to be using a simulated account. Any brokerage firm that you would use will have some form of a paper trading, what we call paper trading. It's a simulated account that you could practice on to learn your mechanics, how to enter trade, how to exit a trade, how there's usually multiple ways every broker offers you to get in and out of a trade. So never, ever, ever use real money while you're trying to learn something new. And when I mean learning, everybody learns at a different pace. Expect weeks, months, multiple months of paper trading. You want to make sure that you know that you know, and you know that you know that you know what you're doing before you even consider funding your account and trading real money. And most brokers will allow you to paper trade using a simulated account for free without funding your account. So check it out. We use Webull. What's on my screen right now is TradingView. It's a charting software. You can trade on it with some select brokerages. I use Webull, and I can link my account to this. So a lot of your accounts are able to be traded on TradingView. You can go to their website and check it out. Again, we're not affiliated with TradingView. It's just a trading software. It's excellent. It's beautiful looking. It's visually appealing. It has a lot of different things you can do. There's thousands of different things you could put on your chart if you want to do that. However, we'd like to keep it simple. No sense putting 1,000 things on your chart, not knowing what any of them mean, right? Or you just confuse yourself, get information overload. And what you see on my screen is Coach's 2.0 indicators. It's a overlay that works only on TradingView. It's a custom designed script based on Coach's 30 plus years of being in the markets. And this is what we use to help us trade more successfully and with more confidence. And by the way, this does come with your membership with American Dream Trading's futures memberships. This will be included. Now, you do have to have a subscription to TradingView. That will run you like 12 to 15 bucks a month. Again, it's an independent program, has nothing to do with American Dream Trading. So if that interests you, this is also included with your membership. Is it required? Nope. You can just use your broker if you like. Whatever floats your boat. I like using TradingView. Really helps me decide to stay in a trade longer, when to get in. Helps me make my decision on when to get out. This doesn't tell you when to get out. You have to know what these things are telling you based on your training and experience. So I like it. I like it a lot. Uh, Speaking of American Dream Trading, you should be going to americandreamtrading.com, checking out our website, sign up for our free Discord. There you can interact with other members of American Dream Trading. You can ask questions. You can check out a lot of our training and educational materials that we have there. There's videos, there's documents. You can even ask questions about trading. We trade stocks, we trade stock options, we trade futures, we trade crypto. You name it, we trade it. So go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, sign up for that free Discord. It was free yesterday. It's free today. It'll be free tomorrow and forevermore. So go ahead and grab that. You don't have to pay for that. It's free means free. Exactly what it means. Also, just so you know, nobody at American Dream Trading, including me or any other moderators or members, are licensed financial advisors. We can never give you financial, investment, or tax advice at any time. Anything that you see on my screen or anything that we discuss here today is for educational purposes only. So keeping that in mind, we're not going to tell you or allow you to, we'll trade your crypto for you or we'll trade your investment account for you. No, we're not going to do that. Anybody that tells you that's a scammer, run away quick. So we will never contact you. We will never DM you. So if you get anything in a Discord claiming to be us, that is not us. That's a scammer who's maybe copied a profile of somebody and they're trying to trick you into that. So if you get a DM from anybody, that's your first red flag. Don't even think it's anybody from American Dream Trading because it's not. We will never DM you. Matter of fact, paid members within American Dream Trading are strictly forbidden from even DMing each other, even though we may have hung around each other for years. We're still not allowed to communicate that way. All communication is done through our stock lounges that are built into our Discord. And that's where we go and ask questions. It's for your protection against scammers. We don't want anybody losing money. Has it happened? Yes, it has happened because people didn't listen, right? So be very careful that anybody DMs you on anything. It's not us. So other than that, if you go to American Dream Trading, you can find out more about us. We do have different membership packages available. Each level of membership uh, has different pricing. We have a base one that's the premium level. And with memberships come privileges. Higher levels, of course, cost more, but they also have additional training and benefits that go with that. With that being said, instead of me here rattling off a bunch of things, let me play you Coach's little video here. It's about 5 minutes. It just pretty much says everything that I can already say, but it'll save my voice in, and also you get to hear Coach's voice. So let me play this for you. It takes about 5 minutes.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup where we go over strategic levels videos of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center. So any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first. Plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the TradingView indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get, you can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to americandreamtrading.com.
All right, that gives you a good overview of our services that we have to offer, different membership package levels. So head over to americandreamtrading.com and take a peek. Go there and if nothing else, grab our free Discord, AmericanDreamTrading.com. That'll get you in there and you can at least start talking to us. Oh, by the way, speaking of social networks, make sure you're clicking subscribe, like, and please share the feed so that others know that they can get some information here for free. So if you would do that, also click your notify button so every time we go live, you get notified. All right, we got any questions today? Let's start off that way. Has anybody got a question that they'd like to discuss? We've already been trading for, well, all morning actually, but we've been having training and trading for 2 hours prior to this, going live. We covered some things pretty extensively. We were watching the ES. We were walking through a live trade there at the time. Again, we're not telling anybody when to get in and get out. We don't do that. We're not a call out group. We'll talk about the trade. What do we see? Those kind of things. But at no time does anybody say, buy right now, sell right now. We don't do that. Uh, Coach is here to teach you how to interpret what you see on your chart, how to chart, what to look for, how to use your indicators, right? How to program all this stuff. So that will make you a trader. If Coach goes away tomorrow, I still know how to trade for the rest of my life. He's fed me for a lifetime by teaching me how to fish rather than just taking me fishing. And that's the big difference, right? Call out group, somebody may say buy this or buy that, but I don't know if you're aware of it or not. By the time you get that information, the market may have already changed. There's a delay in the live feed, if you didn't know that already. There's a delay in the time somebody types it in and sends it out. So those call out groups really are not very effective. Not only that, what happens when that person goes away? Now you don't know what to do, right? So American Dream Trading, we specialize in education, and that's Coach's whole mission is to educate you so that you can trade successfully on your own, whether he's there with you or not. And we're able to do that. I've been doing this full time for coming up on 2 years here in the coming week, actually. So this is my full-time vocation. This is how I pay my mortgage. This is how I pay my car payment. This is how I buy groceries. This is how I do everything. If I am not successful, I'll be living in a van down by the river. So, but I am successful and I'm able to pay my bills every month and through what Coach has taught. You got to listen to what he's taught. Is it easy to do this? Absolutely not. This is not easy. But through training, it becomes easier over time. It takes experience. Um, it's hard work. You got to study. You got to pay attention. You got to practice trading on a simulated account, not using real money, so that you learn how to use the software you're using, whether you're using TradingView or Webull, whatever your broker offers. You need to learn how to do it. I'll show you TradingView or Webull. This is the Webull here. So it's made up of different widgets. There's different things. Just about every broker kind of offers the same kind of thing. I'm not saying this is the screen that you would use. This is how I have it set up. It's got a bunch of different little widgets that I use for one reason or another. And it's got a chart that I can chart on and all that too. I actually chart right now. I am using TradingView, which is the other program I showed you to do my charting. But I do my actual trading by clicking on these buttons, buy and sell, buy and sell. Um, Eventually, I'm going to incorporate everything into TradingView here, and I'll be able to, because I can come down here, I can execute trades and stuff here too. So I can go in here right now and just click buy, and boom, now I'm in the trade. And I wouldn't trade like that, but I'm just showing you. You can see it shows I bought 5 contracts, and I have a stop loss for 5 contracts also. So as this goes up in price and I get green, then I'll slide my stop up and secure my profits. Or if it happens to drop, I know I'm only going to lose X amount of dollars because it'll come down here and stop me out. And I'll show you that. I'll slide this up on purpose. Again, this is not real money. It's a simulated account. It's paper trading. You watch if this candle here comes down and touches that. Yep, see that? It stopped my trade. It prevented me from losing any more money instantly. It triggers those stops. That's for your protection. So here, I'll put another one in. I'm going to buy saying it's going up, even though it's going down. Boom. There's my stop loss. I'm just going to slide this up. Sorry about that. I didn't click my unmute button. Oh, boy. There we go. One of these days we'll get it right, right? Um, so if you use TradingView here, you can do your stops, and it prevents you from losing money, and it also helps protect your profits. Once you get up, then you slide your stop up. You start see how that works. Bang, bang. TRB boy, they're in TikTok. I'm not going to show you 6 month statements. You want to send me your W-2? I'll be more than happy to trade you. How's that? Do I have a track record to show? Yeah, I've been doing this full time for 2 years. If you'd like to continue to troll, feel free to, but you can do it elsewhere. Why am I not using my real account? I explained that earlier. I am not getting distracted while I'm talking and reading other screens. But thanks for asking the questions anyway. You're free. Feel free to hang around and maybe actually learn something that you can apply to your own life instead of going around trolling people. But if you continue, you want to troll, then you feel free to go elsewhere. I'm sure people will be more understanding elsewhere out in the internet. But thanks for stopping by anyway. But I use a simulated account while I'm training because I don't want to wreck my account by getting distracted. This is a all-in game. You've got to be actively involved in your trades. You don't want to do anything that's going to distract you and cause you from losing money. So, so that's how you use the stops. You never trade without using a stop. Never. The stop is there for two purposes. The first and most important purpose is to prevent you from losing money in a trade if there happened to be a knife drop in price. And it's also there to help lock in your profits once it gets up to, above where you paid for it. So if I was going to say this is going in a downward trend and I want to jump in on this for whatever reason, now I just bought 5 contracts. You can see right here on the side. My stop loss for 5 contracts is up above because I am saying it's going to go down, right? So I'm tightening up my stop. I set a real wide stop that kind of like a catch-all, but I adjust it depending on um, what I'm trading, right? So um, I'll sit there and tighten them up on different things, but I just make a basic one um, to protect me for my entry, and then I'll adjust according. Like ES and those times, the main indexes, right? Those I use a wider stop on. This is gold. I'll usually keep about a 10 tick personally, right, for myself. Depends on your risk management, how much you're willing to give it a little bit of room to breathe. If you slide your stop down right to when you bought it, right where you bought it, when you bought it, you're liable to get stopped out real quick. Um, and then, you just break even or get very little loss. So you do have to give it room to breathe here. Um, so you can see I have things charted out. So you got to go by with it, with everything, with the indicators and everything tell you. So, but the stop loss here, I don't want it to go too far and cost me money if this would spike up, But I got to keep enough room there that I can still keep it in the trade to give buyers and sellers room to execute here. So as this drops, which it has, it's already. Now see, it's spiked up all of a sudden. If I'd have had my stop too close, I would have just got stopped out. Now, if it comes up to this line, then yes, I'm going to get stopped out. I'm going to adjust this a little bit for where I would really have it, which would be about there. Um, so this gives a little bit of breathing room to bounce around, as you can see candles do, right? And if this is still in a downward trend, see, if I'd have had that tight, I could have got stopped out. It's trying to push down. It's trying to break through, okay? And as this comes down further, I will slide my stop tighter, and eventually I'll get down here and lock in my green. But right now it hasn't quite moved enough to my personal liking, okay? But once it breaks down a little bit further, I'll move my stop down and lock in my green. So that way I'm guaranteed green trade, okay? I have an EWO that started here, okay? And what the coach's rule is, whenever the next bar is larger than the first, you can enter a trade. It kind of gives you an entry point, okay? We'll see if this is going to move or not. Now, we are getting towards the end of the day, so we have to be a little bit more cautious because people are going to be closing out positions. You get a lot of volatility. Yes, over on Hakai, if that's how you say your name on TikTok. I do use Weeble for my brokerage. I am demonstrating right now on TradingView, but I do use Weeble, which is this screen here. Okay, and I have this off to the side where I, in my real life trading account, I actually use TradingView to chart, and I execute my trades on Weeble right now. And it's kind of like using two things at once. Yes, it is. Eventually, I'm going to trade my uh, live account, which I can already do that. I just don't right now. Why? Because I'm comfortable. I just want to stick with what I'm comfortable right now. I get a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more experience, even though I've been trading for day trading for over 2 years. I'm very comfortable with Weeble. I haven't really executed, hundreds and hundreds of trades on here to make sure I'm comfortable. And the reality is, I'm pretty comfortable doing it. I could probably make this switch now if I wanted, but I'm going to give it a little bit more time. I'm not in a hurry, right? I'm comfortable where I'm at, and there's no real reason for me to move, but I will because it'll simplify my trading process. So this is still holding down below my indicators. I have the 200 up here. Well, where's my other thing? My VWAP is what I want to know. VWAP is way up there. That's a good thing. There's two most powerful indicators. Again, are VWAP and the MA 200, 200 MA, which are both up here. So that's good for as a downtrend. Now, if it comes back up, I got to watch here. Okay, so because that'll be a strong resistance point going up. So right now, I'm just being patient, seeing what's going to happen with gold itself here. Switch over here real quick, looking at something else here. Um, Now you can combine this with the L2 order book. It will kind of show you where orders are waiting to be executed at. They're kind of fighting over the price right now. That's why we don't have a whole lot of up and down. That's called consolidation. When the buyers and sellers, um, anyway, hopefully that didn't disconnect me. Phone rang. Sorry about that. Um, So I'm still in it. My stop loss is here. I'm giving it room to breathe. Technically, I'm losing money right now, right? Here's this line's where I bought it at. It's above that. So if this happens to shoot up to here, it will stop me out, limit my losses. But yet I'm giving it room to do its thing. We're going to see what's going to happen here. If it stops me out, oh well, I accepted the risk between here and there. How much would that be? That would probably be one contract. That'll be about 6 ticks. So that'd be a $6 loss on one contract. Not a lot of money, right? I don't want to lose $1 if I don't have to, but I'm giving it room to move to see what happens. And as you can see, we don't have a whole lot of volume. The volume really dived off of here on gold. It's the end of the day. I tend to trade this more in the mornings, and during the first part of the day, there's more movement, more volume. As you can see, there's higher volume bars earlier in the day, bottom of my screen here. So, so it's just kind of hanging there. Now it's trying to reverse up a little bit. It didn't vary me. Well, watch. See there, I just got stopped out. So if that had been a real trade, real money, but it was a trade on simulation, that stop worked. It spiked up there right where I had my stop set, where I was willing to do it. Now, see, I may have had it too tight. What if this reverses? Well, it just means I may have had my stop too tight, but I didn't. That's kind of how I like to leave my stops, just for that very reason. Limit my downside, but yet giving it enough room to move if it does, to gain profits. So, could I slid my stop down here and grab that real quick? Yep, I could have. I could have grabbed a few bucks for a profit. You could do that all day long, actually, the futures, because you're trading on margin, right? So I can get in and out. As soon as I sell, it's all that money's credited to my account instantly. That's the beauty of margins. You don't have to wait to the next day to get your money back. So it's in and out. You're exactly, uh, your account's immediately credited. So, all right. What about our members? By the way, our paid members have open access to an open mic that they can ask a question at any time. And we do have our paid members in here also hanging out with us, right? Everybody want to open their mic up and say hi. When you do that, I want to make sure you guys can hear them just fine, if you would. Everybody want to say hi?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to bring us in and see if this mic works. I, um,
Yeah, yeah, I didn't unmute myself.
I think it's gonna be fine.
Okay. Everybody say hi to Ralph. How did Ralph's voice sound? Could you hear him nice and clear and loud enough? You'd let me know. We've been struggling with some audio issues here. Some of them internet related, some of them are not. Some are software related. How'd Ralph sound? Lord Bartos, could you hear Ralph all right there? The delay, I'll wait for him to catch up. Any feedback on how they sounded?
Yeah, I'm gonna let top him. You might have to play with the
Okay.
sound. If we
Okay.
on
Yeah.
Friday, you may have to
Mm-hmm.
move it around the topic.
Well, I already got it boosted. Pretty good, actually. All right, we'll try that level right there, see how that works. Check, check, check.
All right, let me see if I'm talk for a minute here just to see if I'm gonna be talking when I play it back on my YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, they say you are a little bit choppy. Thank you, Kevin, for the feedback. Matt, thank you. Appreciate the feedback. Kind of hard to do this in real time sometimes. They sound fine on my end. It's just when it's getting transmitted out. So we're having some issues. So appreciate that feedback. He says you sound like chopping onions. So okay. Well, let's take a look around. Anybody have a question? I appreciate you guys' feedback. Greatly appreciated. I mean, I'll listen to it after the fact, but on the replay. By the way, all these live broadcasts are available for, especially on YouTube, for immediate replay. If you want to go to our YouTube channel, be it American Dream Trading channel in YouTube, you can watch all our replays. You can also rewatch them on Facebook, Twitch. I mean, so you just got to scroll through them. In our site on YouTube, they're a lot easier to find, a lot quicker. You don't have to scroll through a whole bunch of things trying to find it. So, anyhow, um, okay. So Ralph says we're choppy in YouTube, but my voice is okay apparently. So, all right. So now we're back. I'm looking at gold here. What I enter this trade, I'm in a green EWO. All right. And there's the second bar. It's larger than the first, as you can see down here at the bottom. However, what I'm waiting on before I actually click buy is I'm waiting for this 200 MA. That's a very, very strong indicator. How do I know that? Because I've been trained that way. I want to make sure this is going to break and hold here before I enter. I also have a line of resistance here. So I'm waiting for it to break and hold above that. Can I jump the gun right now and get in a trade? Yeah, I sure could. But there's also a high chance of it rejecting off of here and pulling back. But right now, it looks like it wants to go in an upward trend. I could enter the trade, but I want to wait here, just be a little patient before I go entering in with real money, right? So I'm going to give it a few seconds. Patience is part of trading. You have to wait for your setups to get there. I'm in an EWO right now. I can enter. It tells me this is a entry point. As you can see, it's hanging there. But this 200 MA is very strong resistance. Okay, why is it strong? Because not only am I using it and you're using it, people all over the world are using it, just like they're using VWAP, which is way up here. You need to know where those two are at all times. I got plenty of room if this breaks and holds above here to enter the trade, and I can play this through these levels, clear up to here to VWAP, and make pretty decent money. So I'm just being a little patient here. This may just be flat right now. Plus, it's towards the end of the day. Trading day's about over. People may want to exit their position. So I am just holding off a little longer. As you can see, it's flat right now. Just not the volume there that we'd like to see right now. You can see the volume bars down here, just kind of, nothing exciting there, right? So I'm going to be patient. If this starts now, if this keeps moving here, I'm going to jump in this, see if I can't make a few bucks, right? But the volume's just so doggone low right now. It's going to take some people to move it around. And it's like this a lot at the end of the day. Now, when we get into what we call power hour, which would be the last hour of the day, things can really get volatile. People are trying to get out of their positions, taking their profits and going home, and other people will jump in because everybody else is selling, and you can pick up the same thing for on sale, right? It's cheaper because everybody's dumping it. So there's two schools of thought there, right? Depending on your investment strategy. I do not personally hold anything overnight. I'm not in love with any of these. I love the money that they give me, but I am not married them. I don't want to hold them overnight for any reason. So that's just my trading. That's the way I trade. I don't hold anything long term. Do I have long term holdings? Yes, I do, but not. I'm a day trader. I don't touch them things. They just sit there. Okay. So I don't even look at them. That's how much I care about them. I just let them go. I don't need them. If I need the money, then I'll go look at it. See, if I wasn't patient, it's still hanging here, though. It still ain't quite made up its mind. But because this is such a strong indicator, and not only that, it's crossing right where my line is at that I charted out. Who knows when I put that line on there, but it's on there for a reason. See how these here kept coming up there and hitting it? That's a strong level resistance up. When it's going up, it hits it. That's resistance. As it comes down, then it's called support. So the line could be either or. Right now, it's trying to break through, so it's giving it resistance from upward movement. So we call it resistance. Okay. So again, I'm being patient. I still got time to enter this trade, even though the EWO started. I'm holding off for one specific reason. That's right here. That's the only reason I haven't entered the trade yet. I want to see what's going to happen. Could I enter the trade and get right back out? Yeah, I could have, right? But then it costs me a transaction fee, right? There's costs involved in trading. So it cost me $1.45 to enter the trade per contract, and it cost me $1.45 per contract to sell. So I might as well save myself those unneeded transaction costs and just be patient here. Now you can see it's dropping down below my line a little bit. Now, why is that? The biggest thing is the time of the day. It's 2:38 Eastern time, which means you got an hour and a half left in the trading day. Volume's low. Why is the volume low this time of day? Well, what time of the year is it, right? We're wrapping up the end of the year. So traders have already started their vacations, right? They may have sold off their holdings for tax purposes already, or they may still be getting ready to sell off for tax purposes because they rebalance, reconfigure their holdings. People with money will sell off their losers, take the loss right off on their taxes, those type of things, offsets. So there's a lot of things going on. I think more of it has to do, this is the holiday season. We've seen it, Christmas time and all that. We've had some real high volatility, really nice moves this year. Now it's testing this line again. I'm still not convinced. Okay. I'm going to be patient here. Still waiting. I could have clicked buy down here, but I didn't want to. I want to wait. That couple dollars that it would make me by waiting is not really worth the risk, in my opinion. So now I'm going to see if this candle holds here, then I more than likely will jump in. But as you can see, there's still indecision going on. And these are all the decisions that you have to make when you're a trader. How do I learn to do these things? Through education and training. Time, right? You can't learn to play a guitar in one day. You're not going to learn how to see it. 777 there on TikTok Live says you can't see the ticker symbol. It's right here. GC, that's gold. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead, just for giggles, I'm going to go ahead and jump in this trade. Got it on buy limit. I like to buy on market personally. I like to get in. So I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to jump back in again. So now, first I didn't click my stop loss, so I got to get my stop loss back in there, which I can do just by doing that. So now I'm going to give it some room. I'm going to put it right below the 200 just in case this retraces. I don't really want to see it go below this line period. But if it does, I will give it to the 200 MA because it could break this and bounce and go right back up. But definitely, if it goes below the 200, I'm out. I am not playing games at this time of the day. Yes, there's a little watermark here. If you can see it on your screen, it shows you it's gold futures. Slide this out of the way. You can see it here. This tells you it's gold futures. There's a symbol for trading view, and this shows you I'm on a 2-minute chart. If I'm on a 1 minute, it changes that to 1 minute. So you can see here, I'll do it real quick for you. I can go, see now it changed it to 1 minute. So I'm on a 2-minute chart, what I'm using. Why do I use that? Because I'm playing the 2-minute EWO. Even though I didn't get it exactly when it told me, there was a reason for that because of that level with my level here and the 200 MA. Now look, did my patience pay off? It is right now, right? So um, one thing I'll show you here now. Again, I changed this on purpose. Nowhere on my screen do you see how much money I'm making or losing on this trade. And I did that on purpose because I don't want to trade my profit and loss. I'm trading the trade. I'm trading the candles. I'm trading what my indicators show me here on the screen. Okay. Now, if I want to, I can do this. I can go ahead and put profit loss on there and it will show me I'm up $200 right now. Now I'm up 250. But what's the problem with that? I start seeing them numbers. Oh my God, I'm up $300. I'm going to take that and get out, right? Well, I may get out too soon because I get excited that I'm making money, and it goes to the moon. I could have made 1,000, right? Or I start seeing me lose money. Now I'm down to 250. I lost $50. I start seeing that happen. Now I panic because like, oh my gosh, I'm losing a few dollars, and I sell too soon just because of the fluctuations that are normal part of trading. So I personally do not. I'm going to leave this here just to show you so you can see how this works. But I took that off on purpose. It's a personal preference. You do not want to trade your profit and loss. That will, number one, I'm watching this number instead of watching my trade, watching my candles, watching my chart. So $300 a good trade? Yeah, I'll take that all day long, right? Okay. It's amazing, isn't it? Now, what I can do, I'm going to wait till this candle gets through here. If it does, I'm going to start protecting my gain. So I can now, my stop loss keeps me from losing money or limits how much I will lose in the trade. Now, as this moves up, I'm going to give it more room to move, believe it or not. I can slide this up. If I want to, I can do it right now. I'll just move it up right now. So right now I have it above where I bought it at. So I'm guaranteed a green trade by moving my stop up and locking in my guaranteed trades. But I want to give it a little bit more room just because of the fluctuation. That's me. It's based on your risk tolerance. I want to give this a little bit of room. Will I regret it? I don't know. We'll find out. Right now, I am trading to trade. I'm trading the candles. Okay. I'm looking to see what's going on here. Is the volume increasing? No, that's troubling. I'll look down here. I see there's still not very much volume. That kind of troubles me, right? But it's just kind of holding its own right now. So I want to see this get up here, this level here. I want to see this candle go up above higher than this one. If it does that, that's showing you that it's got some strength. Now, on most candles, depending on how much it moves, you have these wicks. The body is the open and close of the price, the beginning and the ending of the price. Wicks are showing you while it's moving, how much it is. You have a longer wick on top. That means there's more sellers pushing down. When you have a wick on the bottom, that shows you there's buyers pushing it up. As you can see, they're fighting back and forth right now. Now I'm only have $50 profit. You're saying you hit it. You could have took 300 and got out of the trade. Yeah, I could have. But for demonstration purposes, I didn't. Now I'm down $50. Uh-oh, I could get stopped out here, right? Now again, I'm going to move my stop down here at this line, like I said earlier. I'm going to give this a little bit more time. Now I'm back up $50. See how fast things can change? If I'm watching that number, now I'm basing my decision on my dollars lost or gained instead of paying attention to what's going on here. Okay. Now it's volume still low, right? There's hardly any. Matter of fact, there's hardly any volume in here right now. That's how slow it is. Now, can I still slide my stop up, take my $50 and go home? Yep, I could. Right now I'm at zero. So I broke even. Now I'm down 50. Let's just take a look here and see what happens. Now, quite honest with you, I'd have took $300 and re-entered again. But I want to show you how you need to allow for some sort of movement when you're in trades. You can't just always panic and jump out, right? Now, if it gets down here and breaks below this level, that's definitely, I'm not playing games no more, right? I'm already down 100, okay? Are all my trades green? Of course not. I have losing trades, right? Yes, we're 777 there in TikTok live chat. We are trading futures here. It's a futures market. We're trading contracts. Okay. We're trading gold in this case. Okay. This is not stocks. These are futures contracts. So we're trading on a margin account. You have to have a margin account with your broker, and you can trade that account all day long. It's instant settlement of your money. As soon as you exit the trade, that money's credited to your account immediately, and I can trade my profits if I want to then, right? So as you can see, again, like I told you earlier, before I even entered this trade, the volume was what was concerning me. There's really a lack of it. But see, now I'm down $50. See how this is when you don't have volume. Volume's like gas you put in a car or gas you throw on a fire, right? You need volume to move price. Well, volume will move it up or down, irregardless. But if you don't have any volume, what happens is people start to panic and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this ain't going nowhere. I'm getting out of this," and then the price drops generally, right? Goes the opposite direction. So, Doug, you got your hand up. One of our paid members who has access to an open mic. Go ahead, Doug.
Um, question for you and Ange specifically to um, do the scouting. I remember Ange talking about the 9 crossing the 21
Mm-hmm.
being using that as a, almost like an indicator of itself of
Yep.
which is usually. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Yeah, when I'm scared. Yep, that's one of the people. I mean, there's not an official term, but we like to say the 9. We use the 9 EMA. I mean, other people may use high volume traders like they're trading millions of dollars. They may use a 3 or a 5. We use a 9 EMA, and what that represents is the last 9 candles. Okay, so it takes these last 9 candles and adds them all up and divides it out and creates this trend line. As you can see, it ebbs and flows as the price goes up and down. Kind of gives you an indication of what it's currently doing in a short term. Down here we have the 21, we have the 55. So these would be 21 candles back. These would be 55 candles back. These are more of a longer term. Okay. Of course, the 200 would be 200 candles back. That's a longer term trend. As you can see, it's coming down. The longer term trend on gold is down, but I'm not too worried about the longer trend at this point. I'm worried about what's happening right now at this very moment. So I'm going to use the shorter term one as a scalper's line, a scalper's trend line. So ideally, I want to see all my candles if I'm going along, which I am. You can see now I'm up $100, right? I want to see all my candles stay above this line, this 9 EMA. Okay. It's okay if it comes down, touches it, maybe it comes down below it briefly, as long as it stays right there by it, kind of hangs out. I'll stay in the trade a little longer. But ideally, a good trade, and when you're scalping, it will stay above these and it will climb. Same way if I'm going short, it works. The same thing works going the other way. If I'm shorting it and I'm trading it thinking it's going to go down, I want to see my candles below it, as you can see back here, right? Even though the colors of the candles may change green, they're still in a downward trend because they're below the line here, right? So I would have made money if I got in up here. I would have made money all the way down here because look, you see how they stay below that line. And then once they bounce back up, they'll break through that line and the trend temporary. The short-term trend is back up. As you can see, the trend is back up right now. My candles are staying above the 9 here. So that is what I'm looking at now as one of my indicators that I go by also. Um, and it works pretty good. But when you combine them with everything else, it helps you to make a better educated decision. There's only two things that I'm worried about. Well, three really. Lack of volume, one of them. But it's going to start picking up here. We're getting into power hour at 3 o'clock. It'll really get tasty around 3:30 and a quarter till 4. And that's when a lot of action will pour in because people are going to get out or get in. I got VWAP up here. So in my mind, if we get enough volume to push it that high, will it? That I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Right now, I have this other line to go by right here at this level. So right now I'm working on seeing if it'll even make it that high. If it does break through, I will probably, more than likely, unless it gets a lot of volume, I will definitely probably exit out up here because that's your strongest indicator, this VWAP, which is volume weighted average price. That is the number one everybody uses that trades. So it's a very strong indicator, and people will tend to get out. Now, I'm not going to just arbitrarily sell because it gets to it, but I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to have my finger on the trigger, right, ready to sell if it gets that high. Now, look, I'm up $450, just like that, because I was patient back here, right? Patience will pay. Warren Buffett once said, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm no Warren Buffett, that the market takes from the impatient and gives to the patient. So if you're impatient, if I got out of there, I would have cost money, but I lost money. Not really, but I would still would have had incurred a transaction fee. That's a real cost of doing business. So I tried to use my indicators to give me confidence, and they did. It stayed there the whole time, right? Did you see it break below the 9? No, it didn't. It's touching it, it's hugging it, but never once did it break. So these are the things that from American Dream Trading that we teach you and explain to you and how all these things go together. It's not just one thing. If it was that easy, just using this one line and trade, everybody would be doing it, right? Well, got news for you. Proven statistics show that 95% of day traders fail within the first 1 to 2 years. Now I'm up 700. Now I'm up 800. Now I'm going to slide my stop loss. I'm standing there. See, this is why I don't trade with a real account. This whole time I never moved my stop up once. So I'm in some serious money here now. I'm not going to give up too much of it. I'm going to give it a little bit of room. So right now it's up 700. Now if it comes down here, I may only get 500, maybe less than that. But I'm going to still give it some room to breathe in case this continues up. My next target is this line up here. Will it get there? I don't know. And do I care if it stops me out? No, because I locked in my profits. I am guaranteed a green trade of hundreds of dollars no matter what this thing does now. Can I slide this up now and get out of this trade? Yeah, I can get out of this trade right now. Guarantee myself 600, right? But right now, based on my trading experience at this moment, it's in an upward trend. It's holding its own. Yeah, there's a red candle there, right? I may get stopped out, but I did move it up there, so I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to move it just because I see a little bit of red. If I get stopped out, so be it. I can always re-enter. That's the beauty of futures trading. Because my profits are instantly credited to your account, I can re-enter the trade instantly if I want to. So if I do make a mistake and get out too soon, I could jump right back in. The only thing it costs me is a transaction fee of, again, round trip. It's $1.45 to buy and $1.45 to sell. Okay, with our broker Webull. So different brokers have different transaction fees. You'd have to check with your broker to see what they charge. Webull's is $1.45 each way, so $2.90. Just say $3. I got to make $3 on every trade to break even. Every time I make a trade, I have to gain $3, or it's a losing trade if I make less than $3. Okay, as long as I understand that, I can continue to trade. It's too bad I wasn't in this trade for real with my real money. Well, this is also, I trade micro gold. I don't trade. This is the mini. That's why it's growing so much. I don't have enough money to trade 5 contracts in my account like I am here. So if I was in the minis, I wouldn't be making no $900. I would be making, each tenth would be $1. So it's a tenth of what this would be. So I would be up $90 essentially right now instead of 900. But I just had this pulled up, so that's what I was using. But on 5 contracts, see now I'm up 950. I'm going to start sliding my stop up. That's a lot of money, right? Anyway, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a millionaire. It's still a lot of money. So I'm gonna keep it right here, top of this candle here. All right. If it pulls back, fine. If it doesn't, if it continues to go, right now my target's right up here at this white line. That's my next line of resistance. Now, see there, it just stopped me out. So I grabbed whatever it grabbed there, $800. So I guaranteed if this pulls all the way down now, at least I guaranteed that whatever it was, $800, right? Again, this is a simulated account here, so that's how that works. Could I left my stop down here tighter, down a little bit less? Yeah, I could have. I knew when I moved it up here that was tight. I'd probably been better off leaving it down here to 9, but that's okay. I'll take that kind of money. Go ask your employer to give you $800 in one day, right? In a matter of what, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. We was sitting there looking at that. Yeah, good luck with that. Once you have some highly skilled job. So we can look at anything else. Okay, so am I going to re-enter this trade? I could have. I still could, but I won't for the simple reason is I have 2 things going on here. I have this line here of resistance, and I have VWAP up here. So my potential for profit, my profit potential is limited right now. Does that mean it can't shoot to the moon and blow through all that? Nope, doesn't mean that at all. Very well can mean that, and it may very well do that. But I'm not going to hang around here. If I'm in money making mode and I want to look around for whatever it is, now I can play this down. Well, I play this down. Let me do that before I get off this chart. Well, I play this down. No, not yet. If it breaks down here below this line, I may consider it, but I have the next strongest indicator is the 200 is right here. So I would really, ideally, for a downward play, I'd want to see it fall this far before I enter it. Because there's always that potential as it hits these indicators that it's going to bounce around. It could reverse, get your face tore off, okay? So I would rather see it get below right here before I would re-enter for a short. Or ideally, I would rather, can I scalp money from here to there? Yeah, I can make, let's see, what is that? That's 24, that's $2. Let's just say it's $1.50. I can make 15 bucks real quick doing that, but it's just too tight for me. I want to wait. Now I can go in with more contracts, make more, on the trade in a short amount of time, right? But I'm just not going to, it's just not enough here to excite me, mainly volume wise right now. So I'll go look elsewhere. There's 10,000 things you can trade. You don't have to get hung up on one. Oh, look. What's that? Oil? Yeah, this is oil. What did you say, Ralph?
No, I was saying oil had a good day.
Oh yeah. I didn't play oil at all. I like playing gold and oil. I love playing both of them because they have a lot of this ups and downs. You can play the EWOs up, you can play the EWOs down, up and down. You can scalp in these channels. I can scalp between here and there, make money in and out. It's inexpensive to trade. It doesn't require a large account to trade it. Okay, so I can do that all day long. So I'm not going to get hung up. Is this doing much? No. Why? Because it's kind of crammed in here. See all these indicators, and right here is where it's at. Again, look at the volume down here. Nah, I'm not going to trade that. What I really should be looking at, if you want that kind of the risk, if your risk tolerances, I should be looking at the S&P 500. I should be looking at the NASDAQ. I should be looking at the Russell 2000. Those are the ones that's going to have a lot of movement, a lot of potential, a lot of risk, higher risk also. Again, risk is limited by those who don't use their stops. If you have your stops in place, your risk is limited to where your stop actually works and stops you out. So that's why you never, ever, ever trade without a stop. Always. That is one of Coach's rules. If you don't use a stop, you can wreck your account in a hurry. Okay. So now we're in power hour. It's 3:01 Eastern time, last hour of the trading day, basically. Okay. Now I understand you can trade some of these things after 4 o'clock, but For all intents and purposes, 415, these things are dead. So I'm going to look here. Okay, so I'm going to look right now. So as things stand now, do these offer any potential for trading? I'm not ready to enter yet, but where are my indicators? All right, for an upward trend play, I'm in good shape here on the S&P 500 because VWAP's down here, the 200's down there, my 55 and 21, it's sitting on all that, the 9. So these are kind of jammed up. So this could go up very easily without any of the major indicators stopping it. What's going to stop it is volume, right? So lack of it right now. But you watch, I bet if we come back a half an hour, well, probably don't halfway a half hour, but this will probably move. Now, there's another thing that we really haven't talked about. As you can see, I don't have very many lines on this chart in particular because I, quite frankly, don't trade it that often. I'll have my moments where I will. So I don't have really effective lines on this chart. So I could slap a couple up here. Right here, you can see it topped out right here, right? So I can put a line right there. Change that color on that. I like white lines. I use gold lines for very strong. So what would happen is this is what we would call a double top, this line here, right? You came up, these wicks about touched it. This did touch it. This one wicks kind of touched it, come real close. So I have to get this to break up through here for a breakout to make really good money on if it ends up doing that, okay? Same way with my down potential. I am on a gold line. You can see how this hugged this line all day long. It's just kind of been, this is just kind of unexciting. It's been channeling all day in this level. It's been channeling here since 12:30, right? Just really hasn't done a whole lot. Now, I can tell you this can go nuts here in the last half hour of the day very easily. We've seen some really high volatility, especially the last 15. But I definitely want to see it break and hold below this line before I would consider going shorting this and going down. Okay. Can I make money doing that? You sure I bet I can, right? My little clock in the road here. I'll move that out of the road. So if I'm going to prep, so I would watch, for me to enter this, this has to break and hold below this line. And I know I can pretty much play it down to my next level or the 200 or VWAP. As you can see, I don't have any real lines going down. So I can look here. Does this cross a lot of places? Yeah, that's probably a pretty good support level. So actually, I'm going to wait. If it breaks that line, I can play it down to that line. This is my next level. Because it touched here. Wicks kind of touched there. It hung out over here on it, right? If I go back, I'm sure I could find more instances of the same. So now I'm breaking right now. Am I going to jump in yet? Not yet. I want to see it break and hold before I jump in. A little more conservative. I could jump in right now and hope it goes down, but I want to see. I want to see what it's going to play out. I know I can go from here maybe down to there. So again, here's where patience comes into it. Can I jump in right now? Well, let's go ahead and jump in. Let's see what happens, right? Oops. I stopped too tight there. There we go. I want to, now on this, these are more really volatile, so I want a larger stop. I have a higher risk tolerance you have to have on your major indices because they really move. Look how far these candles can potentially move in a 2-minute period. So you have to give it a little bit of room. So right now my goal is to play this to see if it will come down to here or here. And if it does, I'll start, as it approaches that, I'll start moving my stop down. Now, I told you I wanted to see this break and hold before I entered the trade, and I didn't do that. And if this happens, I'll show you why it's important to really make sure that that's what's going to happen. Okay, this is still teetering. This could still go the other way without much effort. Okay, so we'll see. Maybe it will hold. I want to see the next candle start to form. But right now, I got a buyer's candle. This is making me a little nervous. You got people pushing it up. There's my confirmation candle right there. It's what I wanted to see. Now, if this had been my real money, I would have waited for that candle right there to form. And then I would have jumped in. Did I give up profit? Yes, I would have in real life. Now, I didn't give up profit here because I jumped in too early. But this is how I do it. Other people will just jump in the second that breaks. But that's not my uh, risk tolerance. I want something a little more sure, if you want to say a sure thing. There's no such thing as a sure thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slide this down just above that line there where it broke through. So they're kind of on top of each other. I could still lose money if this breaks back up through all of a sudden, okay? Like it's trying to right now, right? You can see here was a level right here that kind of touched a little bit here. So I can put a line there and you can see that's where that wick stopped. So people are looking at these candles over here where it bounced around. So I drew a line there just so you could see. See how that wick touched that? It may not matter. It may blow right through that. But so if this does pop back up, my loss will be very minimal. So there it goes. They're still fighting. We're starting to get a little bit more volume in, but they're still fighting over the price. They got 1,400 buyers versus 1,000 sellers, so it's pretty close. Pretty close battle here. Who's going to win? I'm hoping the sellers win, push the price down more, right? So there we go. Now they're still fighting over it. I got a green EWO forming here. Okay, so this is an entry point if I'm playing the EWO strategy, which is Coach's strategy he's developed over 30 years of trading. Do I want to try to lock in some profit here? Well, it's bouncing around. If I want to get something, maybe I'll move it just a hair below it. At least it'll pay for my cost. Okay. If I wanted to, again, I could show you by putting this ticker on here. And I like I say, I don't do this because I don't want to see what my profit and loss is. I'm trading the candle. Look, I'm getting stopped out. See that? I lost $25 on that trade because that reversed course. So that was a losing trade, but that's okay, right? That's what happens. I'm still up a lot of money today. Every trade is not going to be green because everybody, all of a sudden, a bunch of people jumped in there and pushed it up. And that's why on ES, I try to keep at least a $3 stop at all times, right? If it moves down $3, then I can slide my stop down. What did I have? I had a 98.50 minus, so that would have been, I should have had mine at what? 59.70, what? 77, and I didn't. I should have had my stop, or no, 83. Sorry, thinking backwards. So my stop should have actually been up here. That's $3. Let me draw a line there. Because I got in basically here, right? And my stop should have actually been up here to give it that room for $3 movement. Look what happened. That wick, now I didn't have it up that high, but if I'd have had my stop there knowing the $3, and I already knew that through training, I wouldn't have got stopped out just now, and I would still be in the money. Still fighting, right? It's still crazy right now. But if I had kept my stop up a little bit higher, I wouldn't have got stopped out. But it's okay. I risk if this happens to go the other way. So if I want to re-enter this trade, I just wait until I get my indicator back that I want. I got to remove that line so I don't wonder what that line was for. So there it goes. Now it's broke back up, I believe, above my gold line. Is it going to break and hold and go the other way? Don't know. This is part of the problem in the power hour. You get this craziness goes on. So you have to give yourself some room. It's whatever you can stomach that you're willing to put on the line. So let's go look at something else, see what's going on. Let's go back to gold. What's gold doing? Yep, see, gold still hasn't. If I'd have sat here and watched that, I still wouldn't have done anything. Hasn't broke above this level, let alone these two. Okay. Oil. Well, here's oil. I'm waiting on my oil setups. Could I got in down here? Yes, I could have been making profit from here up to there. But I didn't. So if I'm going to think about entering it, it's going to have to be above my last strong indicator, which is the 200 MA here. So I'm not going to do anything unless I see that go above that, because that ain't much profit there, especially in oil. All right. So if it does break and hold above that, I may consider it. However, I have another strong line here, because see how all these come down and touch coming down. It touched trying to You can go back, see here it was going up and kind of bounced around. Same thing here. So I know that's a pretty decent line, right? So I'm not going to I probably will just ignore this unless it gets some magical breakthrough. Unless I'm going to just go in with more contracts and make just a quick buck that way. So there's that one. Let's look at the Russell. What's the Russell doing? If I was going to enter the Russell 2000, would I do that at this point? Well, number one, where's VWAP at? VWAP and the 200 are down here, down below. Okay, so I know where those are at. My other indicators are here, 9, 21, and 55, and then I have a line level drawn here. So now I may consider entering this if it breaks and holds below this line. You can see they're fighting here also. Okay, so just one of them things right now. It's just not enough to move it one way or the other. That's okay. If this breaks and holds below that, I may consider it if I can get past this part. So I'm just going to kind of pass on that for now. How about currencies? Let's take some look at currencies. Let's look at the euro. Do I want to trade the euro right now? No. And I won't trade currency this time of the day anyway. The market's about ready to close. All the action kind of dies out this time of the day. So I'm not even going to consider that. Let's look at soybean oils. I like trading soybeans. I haven't traded them much in the last week or two either. I haven't been giving it, but I was trading this like crazy for the longest time. It's been in the channel here. You can see my lines. I have good lines on my charts. I haven't traded this. I haven't added any lines. You can see now I was showing in our training earlier about using EWO, how they work, right? There's your entries. This is where everything's at. So where am I at here? I got some double top, triple top going on here. It's kind of in the bottom of the channel. And again, it's the end of the day. Not really excited. So I got silver up here. I trade that occasionally, not heavily, but you can see it's flat. So I don't care about silver. I'm not even going to look at it anymore. Matter of fact, I'm just going to close the chart altogether. But I want soybeans. Nah, I ain't trading soybeans, not this time of day. So am I going to do currency now? I'll just go ahead and close the chart just for the heck of it. Why do I need to keep it open? Distract me. So really, I'm going to look at my indices. There, see, now we're getting some volume coming in. It's because it's power hour. People are getting in and out of their positions. You're going to see a lot of way ups and way downs. Once in a while, it'll go up and don't come down, or go down and not come up. So as you can see, there's some movement. Oh, look how much oil popped just now. All right. Do I want to maybe prep for a trade here? I don't know. Let's wait and see. See what this is going to do on oil. Maybe it will. I'm looking at my other screen over here. Let's see. Oil. I'm going to look at the L2 on that. Why it's going. Not a lot. Wants to come down actually at the moment. Wants to pull down. Now I have this on my Weeble account. I have what's called the L2 order book you see here. This shows orders that have been put in for buys, orders that have been put in for sells. Okay. Now the thing about buy orders, they may or may not get executed because they can pull them out any time. Same way with the sells, right? They can move them around, move them up and down. So I'm watching this L2 on oil. And right now, as you can see, there's only a penny difference between the buyers and the sellers. So they're fighting over the price. Once the maybe pull down to 11, 70.11, which, oh, look, where's the wall at? 71.11. Look where the line's at. 71.11, the white line. Tell me my lines aren't pretty good. There's a wall there. Why is that there? Because people know this is one of the places that it trades at. It'll stop there. So that's why people have their buy orders. If this hits at 71.11, when it touches this white line, they may execute orders, but they don't want to pay 71.14. They want to pay 71.11, right? What's a couple pennies? Not much if you're trading like we are, retail traders. But, if you're trading millions of dollars, a penny or two makes a heck of a difference. Okay. Curmudgeon over on YouTube asked that EWO setting looks like 520. I'm not quite sure what you're asking there, but we are using mine here is that's the 921 and 55, right? And we use the 200 MA and VWAP. Now these settings are actually it's a tweak setting built within it for how it reacts. So anyway, back to oil, or what was I just looking at? Oil. See, I'm sitting. It's. Do you think the 200 MA doesn't have some importance to it? Look where it's just sitting there at. Same thing over here. It broke down here. It did break through on a downward, but it hasn't broke back up through for a while. See that? It came down here and bounced up off the 200. So that shows you how important some of these indicating lines are for it. I haven't entered a trade. If it breaks above the 200 and holds, I will probably enter it just to play it. I probably won't. It's a double top right here. Very strong resistance. If it breaks through this one, I will enter it for sure. And I'll play it up to my gold line up here. That'll make some money there. So, but it's not there yet. So let's go look, see what else. What else am I playing? There's gold trying to break through that next level there. Is it going to do it? Well, you can see there's been an influx of volume for some reason down here at the bottom. Don't know why all of a sudden. I usually don't trade gold this time of the day. Just a personal thing. Unless there was some news or something, which I don't believe there was. Nope. Not that I see. All right, if this breaks and holds, I'll show you this trade here. Okay, this is a place I can enter a trade because it's breaking a double top. However, I got VWAP. Let me just show you what happens. Just in case, I'm going to go ahead and buy this right now. All right, just to show you. Okay, I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't notice my VWAP was right up there. VWAP is probably the number one single most important line that you can have on your chart. So let's just pretend I entered this trade, and see what happens. Let's pretend I didn't know that was there. Because what probably more likely is going to happen, it's going to come up here, stop, bounce, and reject off it back down, or it's going to stop here and pause there for a little bit, and then it'll bust through and go on upwards. But there's a lot of resistance with this line. It could very well just go up there and stop and go back down. So I have to be very careful in my trades as it approaches VWAP. Let's just say I didn't notice it, and we'll just watch, see what happens here, if it manages to make it that high or not. Man, my throat is so froggy today. I can't get rid of it. Excuse me while I take a drink. Yeah, I don't even have my right. See, up here's see how strong my levels are up here? I got all these lines. That's how confident. This is actually below a level that it's been trading at recently. So my line, I don't have as many anchor points on this part of the chart, which I have to fix, and I will after today. Go back and get some more look on here, see if I need to get some lines in here for levels, so that I know that trading here will be stronger. Up here, I've been trading the heck out of it up here at these levels. It's been this channel up here in this area for the longest time. Well, today it really dropped, and now it's back down to where it's at right now currently. So I'm not that confident of these. On it, but I want to get some more lines on my chart down here. What the heck is going on with my Weeble? Trading view here. So see, this is for jumping in early. Again, I didn't see, you keep hearing me say I want to see a break and hold at critical levels. I jumped into this on purpose, mainly to show you what happens when it hits VWAP if it continued to climb. But I also didn't wait for my break and hold candle again on purpose. I showed you because I can show you the dangers of what happens there, right? It didn't make a definitive move up. I don't have a confirmation candle. In other words, a confirmation candle would be where the next candle sits on top of the shoulder of the next one, like right here. So this is a confirmation candle over this one. This is a confirmation over that one. That's the kind of candles you want to see movements up or down, right? Same way here. This one's on the shoulders of that one, right? So that's what that does make for great trades when those things happen. Now, when they're side by side, no, not so much so. And I didn't wait on a break and hold like I told you I'd like to do and see it. Because of that, right now I'm down $150 on the trade. Now it's trying to break through. Will I stay that way? I don't know. But I am going to slide my stop up here just in case it knife drops to limit my downward pain. Okay. So this is where patience pays off. Now I just showed you what it's like to be an impatient trader right there by not waiting, right? Now, how much did this cost me right now if you're looking at this? Again, I don't keep profit loss on there. I trade to trade. See what that mistake cost me by not waiting patiently versus the dollar or two I would have lost by waiting if this goes up, if that I would have lost by getting in just a hair late on the next candle. So trust what you see. Trade to trade is in front of you. Don't look at your profit and loss like I'm showing you here, right? So there's settings in all your softwares that you're using, whether you're using Webull, TradingView, TOS, they all give you the option of hiding your profit and losses. So if I don't want to see my profit and loss, there we go. See how easy that was to remove it? Now I have no idea how much money I'm making or losing. I know I'm losing because up here is where I bought it. It still shows that, right? However, I do know my loss, the most I can lose is down to here. That's a lot of money, but so I'll know I'm green once I get above this line here, which is right where that wick's at. Basically where that green line's at. As long as I break above that, I'll be in the profit. So patience pays. Okay. Be patient. Trust your lines once you get good at charting. Okay. Comments, questions. Take your dirty hands off that mouse. That's right. Let the trade work. I have that mouse pad actually, Doug. He's typed into the chat. It's huge. I got the full desktop one. Yes, I do. Let me show you. I took it off my desk because it was dirty. I spilled a bunch of junk on it. Right there it is. Well, you probably can't see it with it because it's got this background. Yeah, I won't let you see it because I got a filter on there not to show the background. Yeah, you won't be able to see it, but it's huge. It's size. It's whatever it is, 36 inches. He's got two sizes. I like the bigger one, so I have full size on my desk. And it does. It says keep your hands off that mount. Keep your hands off. Yeah, I spilled a bunch of garbage on it. Never cleaned it up. I put my other mouse pad on there for now. So yeah, I got a background filter on this OBS. So you can't see my basement that I'm in. Unfinished basement behind me. In front of me is finished, but behind me isn't. So I just put a black background on it so you can't. The problem is though it fades everything else out too. So all right, so is patience going to pay off here? Or am I going to get lucky on my impatience? Let's put it that way. Because I dove in too quick, right? Didn't wait for confirmation. Let's see what happens. TikTok, you have any questions today? If you do, type them in your chat box. We'll try to answer them. Ralph, you got any questions, comments there, buddy?
Pretty low volume right now.
Mm-hmm. And what happens when we don't have volume, Ralph?
Well, if I'm not in it, I'm just not trading. If I'm in it, I'm just trying to find a way out. 'Cause it's probably not going to go in my direction with no volume.
If you think that way, what do you think the rest of the traders are thinking?
They're thinking about getting out.
What does that do to the price?
Make the drop.
Right. Without fuel in the fire, fire isn't going to grow. So lack of volume can cause a plummeting into the price. In best case, it will consolidate like it's doing right now. There's just enough volume and enough buyers and sellers that it's holding its own. But if it sits there too long, people are going to say, yeah, I'm impatient. I'm getting out of here. I'm taking my ball and going home. I'll go find something else to trade. You can see that's what's happening. Look at the volume bar at the bottom of my chart. See this down here? Oh, I forgot I didn't take off my Weeble screen. There we go. See my volume bar down here? Bottom of my chart. Look how it's really dropped off. Okay. Now, I'll be curious to see what happens at 3:45, the last 15 minutes. All right. I still have my stop loss. I'm still in this trade, even though I'm losing money. Now, if it breaks below this 9 here, even if it wicks it, I'm going to get stopped out. Okay. And that's for breaking the rules, right? By not waiting for the break and hold above a level or an indicator. You got to wait for it to break and hold above any of your indicators. It can end up costing you money. So that's why patience pays. And that would have not cost me 1 red cent to sit there and wait for that next candle to form and go up before I entered the trade. So that's kind of what I'm showing you. And that's the beauty of using a paper trading, a simulator account, is I'm able to do these things on purpose to try to show you and teach you something here that we've all learned from Coach, right? Wait for the break and hold. Wait for the break and hold. We hear that every day. Wait for a break and hold, right? So I'm able to do that and take a loss on purpose to show you, right? Am I going to get stopped out here? Ain't looking good, is it? We'll see if it holds that 9 there. But I don't want to move my stop because I want to limit my downside. This is how you wreck your account, by moving your stops or not having one. There it is. I got stopped out. So that limited, if this drops more, it limited my downside. That is what can happen to you when you're not patient. Okay. Obviously, I could have canceled the trade, got out of it earlier, right? But I wanted to let it run its course. Did I know it was going to come down? No, I had no idea it was going to do this, right? Nobody ever really truly knows. Now I have tools like the L2 order book, those kind of things that can help me on my decisions. I could see it was going to drop. I did actually know this was dropping because I was watching the L2 on my other screen, but that's neither here nor there. The problem is I made a trading, it sounds like a minor thing, but I made a trading mistake right here by not waiting on that to break and hold above my line of resistance. Okay. It's a strong level. You got to respect them because everybody else does. Cool. Questions, comments? Is anybody still awake in TikTok? If you are, type a 1. Can you type a 1 in there? Let me know you're still there. Go. 1. Number 1. There you go. All right, Money Making. He's there. I see ya. Money Making's awake. What about over there in TikTok or in YouTube? Anybody over there? Not a type of 1. Let me know you're still there, even though I can tell how many's there. So, anyway, do as I said, not as I did. That was for educational purposes only. So, good. Now we'll start to see probably about 15 minutes, I would guess. And we'll start to see more of this movement up and down. And if you know that's coming, you can capitalize on that, right? If you're loaded for bear, if you're willing to accept that kind of risk, right, you can capitalize on those wild swings at the end of the day. Super risky. It's a good way to wreck your account. It's for experienced traders only. You should never trade in the first half hour if you're inexperienced of the day, and you should never trade in the last hour of the day, especially the last half hour. Here's the S&P 500. Look at this. See my line I have drawn? Look, it hit there. It hit over here. And what's it doing right now? I got a triple bottom bounce. I can actually play a triple bottom bounce, right? and capitalize. Now I'm too late now because I missed out on this here. But I could actually play a triple bottom bounce and just scalp it, get in, get out, right? I can do that. So, but as you see, it may go the other way, and it may be able to play it down if it breaks through the double bottom. It may pull on us. Is it going to pull? Now, again, do I want to wait and be patient here, or do I want to just jump in? How'd that work out for me last time? Okay. Didn't work very well, did it? I got a teeter in there. If I'd have just jumped in there, what would be happening in my account right now? All right. Well, tried to go red, tried to move down. Is it? Nope, not yet. Still a lot of indecision going on there. It could go either way right now. It could break through this triple bottom and shoot up, or because it is a triple bottom, it could go down. And I got my 200s down here, and my VWAPs down below that. So I do have a potential trade from here to there, which I would be willing to take as long as it moves. As you can see, if I'd have jumped in there on a downtrend, I'd be losing right now. Patience pays. So if I look at the L2 on that, okay, I want the S&P. A lot of fighting going on at the, oh boy, they don't want it to go up, do they? They are fighting like crazy right now at 971 even, which is down here, or 9, what did I say? Yeah, 971. I got my line at 97150. So right down here, the next line they have right here is a tough fight, right where the bottom of those bars are. Doug, got your hand up. Doug, one of our paid members, access to a live microphone. Doug, what's your question?
So I was playing around with big tree and on the
Your mic's breaking up a little bit, Doug.
I found out and started to go and stop. I found the 9 between 9 and 20.
Okay. That's what Y mean? Y?
Yeah,
Y mean? What is it? Yep. Oh, what is it? Y what?
and what happened let's see about
MY. Okay. I don't trade it, so I don't even have any lines on it. Okay, go ahead. So we're
this is in the last 4 candles.
okay.
Got in on EV
Oh, okay.
right.
Yep.
So it's not to be 9.1. It's room and room.
Okay.
And snap the other face.
Yep. Well, so part of trading is knowing what's a good stop, right? So
So I'm that closely
I honestly don't know. ATR is 30. So 30.30. So that's quite a move.
why you don't trade it.
Well, I don't know. I just never have, I guess. No, I don't care about that. As long as I know where it's at. I mean, I'll do the S&P before I do. I mean, there's less stocks here, right? It's 30. It's 30 stocks in the Dow, right? Your top 30 largest. So, it doesn't have the wild swings all the time. It gets into channels. I mean, yes, we had a big drop this morning here, obviously, right? Like the rest of the market did. So, yeah, I can't. I don't think I've ever traded this. Quite honest with you. I mean, there's 500 things we can trade. Well, if you're in a put, this is still good, right? What happened to you? You had your stop too tight, right? You got smacked.
Well, for a 24 to 30 point swing, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Shooting the 9 is only, it's not that far away. 21 wasn't either.
Right. Yeah, so
That's helpful
You can, if you've never traded something before, it's something to consider, right? So that would be, that's huge. That'd be a lot of money, but the indices, I was using 20 to 30 for as far as my entry goes. Okay, that gets you in. Okay, well, that's probably a little too tight for something that's volatile, right?
Yeah.
The more volatile it is, the more you got. Like Coach came in there a week or so ago, and he was saying about the ES. You got to give it like a $3 movement, right? Whatever, how many ticks that is, right? There's 4 ticks to a point, right? So,
Why is the tick section is different? So, like,
yeah,
where you would get it, it say like if you were giving it 30 ticks on ES, that need to be like 60 on YM because the ticks are like 50 cents. The point in the tick system is set up different. So,
okay.
like, just counting like what you would think 20 is a lot, 30 is a lot.
Let me
Pretty
see
much
here.
double that because of how it's set up
Oh,
for
tick's a
YM.
dollar. Yeah, tick's a dollar on this. Yeah, so you
$1 a point, but the ticks are 50 cents. So it's like half. Each tick is like half.
yeah, right.
It's double the amount. It's gonna be using double the amount of tick size as
Yeah, so if you got an ATR 29, you would probably use an ATR of what, 15 then? Is that what you're saying?
but not the ATR. I'm just saying
Oh,
the tick. The tick.
well, what you can do here is look 988, 23. That's 25 ticks. That's 25 points just on this one candle here. If you don't know what to use, what you can do is you look at average candles. Just we'll see what your average candle is. You're always going to have them big candles. It's going to smack you, right? But you can see there's a lot of these candles all the same. What's this candle? Just do the simple math, 37 to 96. So that's about 40, right? And what's this candle here? This candle is 78 to 36. That's like, what's that, 50, 40? So 30 to 40 tick points isn't that unrealistic. It's saying 29, so that's pretty close, right? That's taking into account all of them, right? Over a period of time. I think the ATR is set at 14, I think, on this. I think.
My ETR set at coach mentioned, which is 14.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I don't really pay attention to the ATR. The only time I ever look at it is if I'm going into something new for the first time, right? Um, that's the only time I really use it. But I don't pay attention. I'm not an ATR follower. It's helpful when you're going to something new, something green like this, just like this one, right? I did glance at it because I don't have a single line on this chart. I just don't. I've just never traded it. I've traded the S&P and the Nasdaq and the Russell. I just never traded the Dow itself. Not good or bad. I'm not saying anything bad about the Dow. I just personally haven't traded it because there's 500 other things we can trade, right? I just haven't done this one. But if you entered the EWO and your stop was obviously needed to be wider, right, for that smack in the face, right? You got wicked out. Actually, that's even get stopped out by a wick, right? As you can see, it's ended up settling down here. You got smacked up here. Yeah. Well, and that comes through experience. If you trade this a lot, you'll learn what is a good stop. I can't tell whatever the ticks are there. It moves an average of, it says the ATR right now, it's around 28, but that's on low volume. What was it? What was your ATR when it was clear back here and the market was dumping, right? It's all, yeah, right. And the entire market pulled at that time anyway. It wasn't just the Dow.
I'm got a liquidity goal from 43.20, 43.25 to 43.68.
Okay.
That's over 40.
Yep. Now, see, I don't have a chart. Now I have a line. Why do I have a line now? Because I can see where it stopped. What else? Yeah.
YM, I use the least about 60 ticks. 50, 60.
Are you that
Yeah, yeah.
How much is how much is each tick worth? Did you say 50 cents?
50 cents. Yeah,
So that's like $30 per contract.
yeah. Well, that's I think it's like 50 something dollars. I don't know what the contract cost is legal.
Well, I'm talking about what if you put a 50, if you put a 60 tick on there, how much money you
Oh,
potentially lose on that?
that's another $30.
Yeah, so be half of it, right? 50 cents a tick. Yeah. Now the question is, can your account is your risk tolerance such that you're willing to accept a potential 30 tick if it would suddenly shoot up there and get you? You know, are you able to handle $30 if it actually slams you, right? So that's where your risk tolerance, and that's why, you know, if you have a very low risk tolerance, you should not be trading the ESs or the Nasdaq or the Russell, right? Because there's a lot of volatility. You want to pick something else that doesn't move as much at any given time. So you have to kind of match up to your trading style and your risk tolerance to what you're trading. Or
Now, would you consider what I'm looking at right now? That's not my
The banana of 21 is just a tight stop.
yeah,
it was for this particular one.
yeah.
You know,
Well, what do we say? 30. If you go 999, 990 plus 30, let's just say that's up here at 20. That's clear up. That's right around in here, right? That's pretty tight there. But if you double that one to the 60, right? 990 plus 60 is what? 1050. That would be up here to 50. That would be up here, right there, right diddling in the middle, which is right where that candle's at. So just doing, again, without me really getting into it, and I'm not telling anybody to follow this. This would be, if I was entering it, right? This would be my stop right here. Okay.
yeah. So now the and you consider just
That's if it was down here, right?
yeah. So if I would add even 50, I would take stop on that. I would still in trade all the way down on
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
You.
at
Mhm.
a critical level of 42.99,
Okay.
and that's where it's bouncing about. So
Okay.
you know, the lessons are getting through. It's just little
Well,
nuances over the
yeah.
last week that really frustrating.
Well, I.
Because you know I'm reading the chart there, you know I'm
Mhm.
reading the data rate,
Mhm.
making the right decision to enter that large gap.
Right.
So
Well, that's where paper trading
that
comes in handy. You can paper trade all day long and experiment and examine and analyze your stops and see, you know, I can't tell you what stop to put in there, right? Because I may be super risky and willing to take a loss at $400 loss, and you may only be willing to take a $40 loss, right? It's all relative to your bank accounts and your risk tolerances and all that. There's no way I would take a $400 loss, but you know what I'm saying. It's all relative, right, to how you trade and your account size and how many contracts you're trading and all that. So yeah, and knowing that, you know, it's easy. Coach has a rule for trading stock options. Set your stop 25 to 40%, right, for near entry stop loss. I always use 40% because I trade the Qs, right, and the Russell, but more so even with the Qs. I kept getting stopped out at 25. I'm like, well, that ain't right. That ain't enough. Went up to 30, still kept getting stopped. Then I just started increasing it by 1%. And eventually I got up to, you know, I was like 35 or more. Didn't get stopped out near as much, but I was occasionally. So I just set it at 40 and left it there. And I don't, you know, unless it's something dramatic, right? The whole market dumps all in one moment. But you can't control that anyway. I never really get stopped out. Now I'll get stopped out because I move my stop up as things get. I'm not going to let it go 40% on that trade, right? I'll if I see danger, Will Robinson, I'll slide my stop up or sell out and get out, right? So basically, if you was entering this trade down here, you would set your stop, whatever we just said, was that 30? Sounded like a good thing, right? That's kind of where these candles were at. So But you have to play around paper trade anytime, especially if you're trading something new. Paper trade, prove out how you are over multiple days. Don't just pick one day, because one day it might just go all the way up or go all the way down. You won't have a lot of volatility at any given day. So you want to see that, so you can test your number one. You're testing how good of a charter you are, how well as your lines. You sound like you're getting more and more confident every day just by listening to you talk, right? And in the chats and in the stock lounges. So you're getting there. Like you said, you got the head knowledge. Now it's just fine tuning some of the technical aspects of stops. And that was all. And Doug, that was all our concerns when we first started. Where do we set our stops at? What guideline do we use to set our stops? And I was doing ESs, and I thought I was doing all right. And then Coach come in. He came in live that one day with us, and he seen where I had my stop at. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, Coach. I thought I was doing okay, but guess what? I did a lot better once I listened to what he said about that $3 thing with ES, right?
Speaking of that, I missed that day, and I couldn't step for it because I wanted to.
Well, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, you record right down to
Mm-hmm.
that section.
Was that on a Friday? I think maybe. Yeah, you can go back and watch them anytime you want. They're free. Even though you're a paid member, you have access to them.
Was our futures thing, right? That was the new.
Yep, that was live. He did that live on our 2 to 4 portion, I believe. I believe so. I don't know. I'm old. That brain cell died already. So, but yeah.
It's always better to leave the room breathe because you can be writing your analysis and do everything right, to the trade right, but then you got the small little bitty tight stop trying to be a tight. The market just breathe back, just normal price action, take you out of the market, and the next thing you know, the price just move in the direction that it was going. And all because you just didn't have to stop in the right spot. If you think it's too tight, it's more farther than that. Right? And you always want to give it a extra room. And you don't want to be outrageous with it, but you want to be realistic. You know what I mean? That's too much for you. You gotta find something else to trade.
Well, yeah, that's the trouble. Coincide with just not counting. In big swings, so it's kind of comfortable moving quickly.
Yeah. And again, you have to match your account and your risk tolerances to what you're trading, right? Indices is probably trading SPY or like stock market trading Tesla. Well, that's not a smart thing to trade for somebody with a small account, right? Because those have move up down 50% at any given moment, right? And which is fine if you're making money catching it going up or catching it coming down. But if you get surprised going the other way, that put the hurts to you, right? So you may need something a little conservative, a little bit more slow moving, right? I love trading IWM, which is the Russell 2000. Why do I like trading it? Because now this is the futures. It's not as good, but my IWM chart, I have my lines on that. I know where things are going to go, just by the same way that I do with gold, right, and oil. I'm confident in my lines. So once you get that confidence, I'm gonna say it'll change you, right? Uh, Gives you more confidence to do it. We got 10 minutes left, right, in the market, so this is the time of the day that things start to really pick up volume wise. Let's look at the ES. What's ES doing? Is it doing anything? Yes, sir. Yeah, all you need is your order widget. Positions widget. It's under, if you go to orders, go to filled orders. Once you're in the orders widget, go to filled. It says filled. Click that, and that'll show you everything you need to know: date, time, when it was filled. What you bought, X amount, sold X amount. You scroll across, you'll see the time it was filled and all that, and the price and everything that it was filled at. Oh no, you would have to do the math on that. I don't know that it actually. No, there's no. You have to do the math, profit and loss. So yes, sir. Did I execute this trade? No, we didn't. Yeah, you'll just have to just do the simple math, add, subtract, and divide by the higher, the lower, the square root of the circumference of the reciprocal flux capacitor and all that. So getting to this style, you'll see volume and stuff pick up maybe. Again, it's the end of the year. People are done pretty much doing what they're going to do. I think you got one more trading day left in this year. Hey, there's DJ Vinny at TikTok. Miss you this morning, everybody. It's all right. We tore up IWM without you. Yeah, Miss Vinny this morning. You must have been busy. Good to see you, Vinny. Uncle Vinny, as we call him, or I call him, because he's an old guy. Or old guy. He's got half the teeth. I think he's got like 2 teeth left on his head. Something like that. Guy's loony. DJ Vinny, that guy, he's loonier than I tell you what. I still like him though. He doesn't have a microphone, so I can talk about him. You can do type comments on TikTok right now. So anyway, if you didn't gain anything today, gain the knowledge of having a good chart and having patience, right? And always using your stops. Having patience to wait for the trade to develop. Having patience to wait for, entries, double tops or breaking above your solid indicators, okay? Because the few pennies that you're going to lose by not waiting and it takes off far outweighs the potential great loss you could have by jumping in too soon. So don't be afraid, especially in futures. That's the beauty of it. If you miss it, oh well, wait for the next setup. Or you can jump in. If you sell too soon and it still keeps making money, you could jump back in and scalp it some more if you have to, right? I've done that many times. I've jumped out of gold too early sometimes, and I'm like, dang on it, it's still going, I'll jump back in. The problem is you incur transaction costs, $3. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you want to get the most for your money, so no sense jumping in and out if you don't have to. And there's where your indicators and your levels come into play, right? If you trust them, let it go, let it run. When you get pullbacks, shed some of your holdings. So, well, you got about 5 minutes left, 5.5 minutes left. It's your last chance to ask questions. Okay. Oh, here. Right. Put a note there in the members chat for you guys. All right, so gold's still trying to break through, but it's not exciting because we got the 200 or the VWAP to break through. Gold still has not broke through. Yes, it's just channeling this. Last few days of trading, last week of trading, these things are really taking off. But see, that just shows you the time of year it is. People are already clocked out for the rest of the year. We've had some really good runs this time of the day in the last week. A lot of it is probably due to tax harvesting, whatever you want to call it. People selling off, reproportioning their holdings for tax purposes. I don't have to worry about that. Still got to pay taxes, but my account's not that big. I need to worry about that. So I do appreciate everybody being here today. Once again, we will not be live tomorrow, New Year's Eve day, we will have live training for members from 12 to 2. And then I have places I have to be for get things set up at our church for little mini New Year's Eve get together, excuse to eat food, play a few games. I'm not going to be there till midnight, but past my bedtime. So I have to be over there, take care of some of that stuff. So there will not be a live New Year's Eve day or New Year's Day. We will resume on Thursday. Market is closed, normal hours tomorrow, up till about 8 o'clock for the stock market for after hours trading. Now the futures market will open at 5 p.m. Central, 6 o'clock Eastern on New Year's Eve night. Business as usual starting again in the evenings. So one of the benefits of the futures market, you can trade 23 hours a day. They say 6 days a week, basically 5 days a week, right? You can start again at, there's an hour downtime between 4 and 5 Central, right? And reopens back up at 5 Central, 6 Eastern. You can trade all night long, all day long. It's only closed for 1 hour where they settle all the accounts and all that jazz. You can do that starting Sunday night, 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, clear through 4 o'clock, 4:15 on Fridays. So it's a great thing about it. If you're busy and you're working somewhere, you can still trade on any hour, the other hours when you're home. I love it. I actually like trading in the after hours. It takes a bigger account to do it. I don't have a bigger account. I just can't trade as many contracts at one time. Working my way there, though. Working up little by little, day by day. So, anyhow, actually had an account. I must execute a trade. I just looked over at my Weeble. I must have clicked a button by accident. Um, so I do thank you all for being here. Again, if you haven't gone to AmericanDreamTrading.com, please head on over there. Sign up for our free Discord. There you get to interact with other members in our stock lounges. They will, if you have questions, somebody will be more willing to answer that for you. Usually somebody there 24 hours a day. Always somebody roaming the halls. Test us out. Ask a question at 3 a.m. once. See how long it takes to get answered. I think you'll be surprised. I hope you all have a nice and safe New Year's Eve. Don't drink and drive, of course. Stay off the roads if you can, because other people don't live by that drinking and driving rule. Best just to stay home sometimes. Be safe. Use common sense. Don't drink and drive, right? Designated driver, all that. We're all adults here. You should all know those rules by now. Very important rules to live by. Make sure you wake up alive New Year's Day. Stay home. Stay off the hooch. Okay. But anyway, have a good time. Enjoy the holidays. Watch lots of football. I know I will be watching the Buckeyes on the first. Beat the Ducks this time since they gave it to them last time. But I thank everybody for being here. I will see you guys live on Thursday, 2 p.m. We are here Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 p.m. on all the social networks. And you can join us anytime. Go to American Dream Trading, check out our membership packages, and grab that free Discord. No strings attached. Have a great one. We will see you next time.